Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Journeyman Football Manager with Zebu Nation. It's a fine Saturday. There's a lot of blowouts right now in the English Premier League. I got that on in the background. So if you're kind of bored of the EPL right now, waiting for the next slate of games because these are all blowouts, how about we talk a little bit of Football Manager? How about we talk a little bit of Journeyman Series, which is what we got going on here. We are with the Wolves of Wolverhampton after a long career so far. This is our fifth season, our fourth with the Wolves, so it's not really been your classic Journeyman series. Usually with a Journeyman, you kind of bounce all over the world. We haven't done that. We've kind of gotten stuck with the Wolves because we got them promoted. We're in the Premier League. Take a look at the competitions here. We can go back and look a little bit at the history, job history. You can see we started out with Worcester in the Venerama North. We sort of were a surprise hiring by the Wolves after we got Worcester promoted to the next level. And the Wolves, I guess they were kind of desperate looking around for a young coach, and we fit the bill. And yeah, we got them promoted in just 3 seasons, so it is the year 2020. And let's take a look at the old competitions here, Premier League. As you can see here, there's no schedule, and that's because this is my preseason a spectacular. This is something I do every season where we just, at the beginning of the year, we go through all the off-season shenanigans that we've gone through. So we're going to run through that stuff in a moment. But first, let's take a look at the EPL. You can see last year's title holders were Manchester United. They really ran away with the league last year, so it's no surprise that they were the champs. And let's take a look at the season preview. What are they predicting here? They are predicting Man United again to be the champs, 11-4 odds. They got some rivals though. Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal at 4-1 odds. So there's some pretty decent odds up there. Tottenham also, of course. The usual suspects are all at the top. Now, what I'm concerned about is down here at the bottom. The Wolves are predicted 17th, 1,000-1 odds. We're down here with the relegation boys, Derby and Brentford and Sheffield. I don't agree with that. I don't like that at all because if we go back, we look at the stages here. We take a look at last season. That is not last season. This is last season. Last season, we finished 8th place. That's a very respectable season. That's mid-table, if you would. I would say top half of the league. And we had 15 wins, 10 draws, only 13 losses, 55 points. But you look at this, we finished with a positive goal differential, +5, especially in a season in which Man United just was crushing folks with 67 goal differential. I mean, they scored a million goals on everybody last season, but we managed to finish with a positive goal differential. That separates us, in my opinion, separates us from the rest of the league, the bottom half of the league. They all had negative goal differential. So to me, like, the goal differential is a good sign of how well your team is playing. Either you've got an incredibly potent offense, or maybe you've got an incredibly good reliant defense, or you've just got a good balanced team. But if you can get that positive goal differential, I think it shows that your team has played well. And the higher your goal differential, the better the team has played. It seems like to me the best indicated stat of how solid your team is. I mean, of course, other than, getting 84 points in a season, that's also pretty good. You might want to try that. But for now, I think we're getting a little bit of disrespect here in the off season. So what can we do to change that? Well, I don't know. I think the number one thing we can do is look at the checklist, our patented checklist. That's right. We're going to do a little mid-review turnaround here and go for the checklist. So what is the checklist? The checklist is something I do just about every episode, run down the state of the club, how we're doing, what changes we've made, and all that stuff. So we start off with finances, and finances are looking pretty darn good. 71 million bucks in the bank. We're looking huge. We're looking rich. We are in the Trump like stratosphere. No, don't ever say that. Anyway, transfer budget. 57 million bucks. This is pretty good, especially considered where we came from. I think our first season we had maybe like a $5 million transfer budget. back when we first started with the Wolves. So we've come a long way. Got a lot of money in the bank. We got an $87 million payroll. We're only spending 59 of that. So we've got a lot of moves we can make this offseason, but I'm kind of paralyzed. I've never had a transfer budget this high. My highest transfer budget ever was in the MLS. I had 27 million bucks, and I didn't spend any of it because that's not kind of what you do in the MLS. So I don't really know what to do with this big of a transfer budget. I don't know who's worth $50 million. I just have no idea. So I need some help. If you got some advice on players I can go out and get for 20, 30, 40, 50 million bucks, let me know. I'm looking for 4.5 5-star players somewhere in that area. Just players who will bring up the overall quality of our team. It doesn't really matter the position. Anybody who's that good is going to be an improvement over who we've got. And my problem is that when I look at this amount of money, $57 million, what I see is $5, $10 million players. That's normally how I improve clubs, but I don't need $5, $10 million players. I got $5, $10 million players. We got $10 million players coming out of our ears. We need that next level of player. So who's available? Who can I get? I just don't know. And my scouts are not helping me out. We don't normally look at the scouts on the checklist, so we're gonna make an adjustment here. But look, my scouts don't even consider anybody 4.5, 5 stars. The closest we got is Predrag Rakovic, 24-year-old goalkeeper, Serbian. But we don't necessarily need a goalkeeper, and he's not particularly better than Mignolet at this point in his career. So are we going to buy this guy just to replace Mignolet? Other people have problems with him, but I think he's been a fine goalkeeper for us. So I don't know. I've even sent them, I've made an assignment to go out there and find, first team 5-star players. And so far, who they've come back with? These guys. I don't want these guys. I don't care who these guys are. Mendy, defensive midfielder. I got defensive midfielders. I got defensive midfielders who are better than this guy. So my scouts are letting me down. I need some YouTube scouts out there to tell me who to get for 50 million bucks. So, board. This is the next level of our checklist. The board has been begging me to stay. They know that I'm the journeyman. They know that I'm taking interviews at different places. There have been teams that are interviewing me, but none of them have offered me the job because I'm going at the interviews in a very sort of flippant way, just telling them like, I do what I want, and you want to hire me or not, basically. And so far, they don't want to hire me. But the board has seen all these, and they've been asking me, like, what can we do to improve the club? What can we do to get you to stay? So I got them to improve our training facilities. That's going to be done in a couple of months here. And also our youth facilities. So that's cool. And also, after our most recent interview, the board has come back, got this little email. We've heard you may be considering leaving the Wolves for a new team in the near future. The president, Guangchang Gao, has invited you to enter into talks with the club. So here we go. The current agreed upon vision is as follows. Avoid relegation. $57 million transfer budget. $87 million payroll per year. Develop players using the youth club system. No agreed board requests. So I guess we'll discuss this vision. I don't really want to change this vision much. Like, I've already mentioned the transfer budget. I don't know what to spend that much money on. Why would I want more? Do I want the board to offer me a new contract? My contract already goes until 2023, so it's 3 years on the contract. I don't really need new philosophy. I don't want to add a new philosophy. That's just shooting yourself in the foot as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know what to do here other than to say I've decided just go away, basically. I don't know. I probably should have just said I want to stay at the club. But I'm not. I'm gonna keep him hanging a little bit and I don't know. Just keep my options open for whatever reason. So other than that, other than the board saying that they want to keep me, there's no problems here. 62%, we're very secure. all that stuff, the checklist is going fine. Club-wise, we're still 3.5 stars. We're rich now, our finances. We have no continental competitions. Yeah, so it's kind of a boring checklist up to now. And then normally at this point, we spice it up by showing you the transfers, right? That's what everybody wants to see in the offseason, especially for the spectacular. And here we go. We got transfers. We got some movement, some possibilities coming in and out. But as of this time, we've done almost nothing. Almost nothing. We let some dudes go on the free, of course, like we do every year. We just sort of let people go. We sold Ben Marshall for $2.2 million, which was not well received by the fans. The fans like this guy. I kind of like this guy. He's a versatile dude, but I want to get more of our young players into the lineup. Like, we're supposed to be developing these young players, and it's hard to get them into the lineup when we got this guy hanging around at 29 years old and who can play a bunch of different positions. So this is just a roster move, more not a financial move in any way, just sort of clearing out space for some young guys. And then we also sent some young guys out on loan. So that's not very exciting, honestly. And the only player we brought in was a player I sort of panic bought at the last transfer window, which was Patrick Shik, 24-year-old Czech striker. Pretty decent. He's all right. He's pretty good. 4 stars. So it's not like he's something to sneeze at, but he's not a monster signing. And we got him, again, a bargain, $2.9 million. You know, I'm a bargain shopper. I'm a bargain hunter. What can I say? I'm always looking for people to bring in on the cheap. You look at most of my signings have been pretty inexpensive. The biggest one is Courtney House at $16 million, and that was basically for nostalgia's sake, is why we brought him back, because we had to sell him early in our career. Burnley came and bigfooted us and bought him out, so we came and bigfooted them and bought him back, just out of spite, basically. So that's my biggest transfer, is $16 million. Everybody else I really try to get on the cheap. So transfer market, not exciting at all. So what can we do to make this a little bit more exciting? How about we look at the preseason schedule? Not a lot of games. We beat Peterborough 5-0. We beat Navarra 3-1. So what's exciting about that? Well, nothing. But how about this? How about we scheduled a game versus Juventus for our preseason? That's right. Juventus, the powerhouse of Italy, Serie A. Look at these dudes. We've been scouting these guys. We've been trying to buy some of their players. Honestly, we tried to buy Paulo Dybala. We offered $30 million for this guy, and they said no. 26 years old. He's pretty good. I mean, should I offer $50 million for this guy? Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Maybe I should do it live on air. Let's try. Let's make an offer. They want $77 million. We ain't got it. How about $45 million? No longer prepared to respond. All right, so they don't. We'll boost it up to $50 million. There you go. $50 million. You don't see that ever. I don't know. I don't know. We also offered the similar amount for Higuain, but he's 32 years old, and we're not going to spend $50 million on a 32-year-old. I don't even want to spend it, honestly, on a 26-year-old, but you got to spend it somewhere. But yeah, they are a very good team, and we're going to be playing them in the next match. So let's see if we can get to that next match real quick. Take a look at our roster, our lineup. Yeah, we got an injury here. Courtney House, one of our stalwart defenders, is injured. So here we are, match preview versus Juventus. It's a televised game, so that's something cool early in the season. The fans are very interested in seeing us play. This is maybe as close as we're going to get to Champions League in the recent future. I don't know. We almost made it last season, truthfully. We were just a couple of points away from making it to some kind of continental competition last season. So hopefully this season we can get there. And yeah. Oh, I forgot. There's one more thing. Yeah, I got that throwback Mountain Dew. The real sugar Mountain Dew. Gonna get hype. Yeah. All right. Team selection. Let's take a look at this team that we've built so far. It's basically the same team as last year. Mignolet in goal, Tommy Smith and Luke Garbett at the fullback positions, Danny Bath, Alfie Mawson at central defense. So this is an area that could use improvement. We could definitely use an improvement on defense. So if you know any $25 million defenders out there who would be an improvement on these guys, let me know. James McCarthy's a guy we picked up last season, mid-season. He's a tackling machine at the defensive midfield. 29-year-old Irishman, 18 tackling. So he was a good pickup for us. Then we got Connor Cody, John McGinn, two guys who've been with the Wolves forever. Still there. Jamie Walker is starting this game. We sort of planned poorly for this game. And Javi Molina, our normal starter at advanced midfield, he played the last game, and so he's kind of tired. So we had to bring back Jamie Walker. He's capable. That's fine. We have our new signee, Patrick Shik, in there at advanced forward, and then Dimitris Diamantakos back at defensive forward. So we're a little bit unfit this game. It's only the third game of the year. Walker and Shik are getting their first playing time. So it's not ideal, but hopefully Juventus is in the same situation. So there we go. What instructions are we using? Counterattack. We're going to start out counterattacking this season. We don't need to get stuck in the preseason. That's kind of rude in my opinion. So there we go. Let's go. Let's continue this match. Let's see what the fuss is all about. I don't think I've ever played against Juventus. Not that I can recall in the memory banks. I'm sure it would have been a destruction if I had. But so this will be interesting. Let's see what one of the best teams in the world really looks out. There's Dybala up top, the guy we've been trying to buy. We also tried to buy one of their old central defenders, but they also wanted like too much money for him, and I'm just unwilling to pay that much money. I'm such a Scrooge, man. Scrooge McDuck. I don't know how to spend this Premier League money. Cancelo is coming forward, so we'll mark that guy. I mean, I guess we'll mark the wingers too, because that's kind of what we usually do. Rafa Silva. All right, that's enough. Enough of that. Let the players know that places are up for grabs. This is your chance to impress me and win yourself a place on the side. Nobody really buys that, so let's go. All right, we got the crowd. Molyneux sold out for Juventus. This is going to get us a pretty good chunk of revenue. Not only from the ticket sales, but also a little bit of TV revenue. Now, I noticed something in looking around at some of these dudes from Juventus is that bringing some of these guys onto your team will actually add revenue to your team. Like one guy was saying that he would add like $3 million in jersey sales to our team. Like that's pretty cool. And, you know, get us better sponsorship deals by hiring some of these guys. So just getting some of these top players like that could improve our status overall as a team. That would be awesome. All right, here we are on the counterattack. Diamantakos wins the ball at midfield and then loses the ball. This is going to be a rough game, I'm thinking. There's Rafa. We're closing down on him. Kadira. Looks like they're going to be able to come up the middle at us, but that's okay. We kind of want to close off the outside. We don't want them doing this, crossing the ball. We'd rather have them try to come up the middle on us in this diamond formation because that's where our strength is. That's where our defensive midfielder is sitting there in the hole waiting for them. So we want to keep guys like Rafa out of here, out of there. Woof. So they're not very match fit either. Otherwise, that would have been a sure goal. Ratings-wise, we're looking all right. 6.8 ratings. What are our settings here? Extended highlights. Okay, that's fine. Just not a lot of highlights to be had at the moment. 9 minutes into the match. Everybody is sitting at a 6.8, so it's sort of like we're just feeling each other out. They're coming forward. We're trying to counterattack. Maybe that's not quite working. We're getting some yellow cards, but let's see. Here's a highlight. Conti into Isco. Centers it to Castanos. He's looking in, looking for Dybala off the post. Alfie Mawson clears it out. So our defense right now is not really handling these guys. They're just missing shots. That should have been a goal. All right, here we go. We at least had the ball on their side of the field. There's evidence because they've got to make a goal kick. Here we go. Smith heads it to nobody in particular. Not happy about that. Cancelo up to Piaka. Castanos. Isco. Down the near sideline. Cancelo is starting the attack for Juventus. Kedra, they're just kind of playing with us at this moment. Feeling us out. Here we go. Get it wide. Cancelo centers it. Dybala, he's going to score if we keep letting him get the ball like that. What is our defense doing? Nobody intercepted that ball until it was nearly too late. So, yeah, we're a little rusty at this moment. And you know, trying to play conservative, I guess. It's new territory, new waters for us to fish in here, playing at this level of competition. So hopefully this will show us what we need. Where are our drawbacks? Right now I'm looking at defense. Defense looks to be a little shaky against a team of this caliber. But we're also not making any sort of offensive strides at all. So we might want to switch out of the counterattack and switch to something a little bit more offensive. There's their first real shot on goal. Mignolet makes the easy save there. Because right now we're getting no highlights. They're getting all the highlights. Centering pass, there we go. Diamantakos has to come all the way back to play defense. There's Shik, our new man, gets it to Walker. Here's the counterattack we've been looking for. Walker to Diamantakos. Diamantakos right by a defender. Gets a shot off. And there we go. We win a first corner of the game. So this is good. This is good. In my MLS save that I'm not publishing, I've made some new set pieces, some set plays. So I might bring those into this save just to check them out, see how they work here. But that cross was not great. But here we go. The highlight continues. Garbett has it. Sends it downfield to McGinn, to Walker. Maybe we're starting to break them down a little bit with our counterattack. Nope. Castanos just cleans that up easily. Now they got the highlights here. Rafa to Kedra. Looks like they're playing some pretty controlling ball here at the moment. They're passing the ball, short passes. You know, they're not probing too much, but they're looking for openings and opportunities. And there's Piaka just being better than Smith. Wins the ball, but can't get a shot on target. So far, the counterattack has produced exactly one highlight, and maybe that's all it's supposed to do. There's Shik, heads it on for Diamantakos. Bonuccia doesn't mess up. I'm kind of hoping he would, but now here's Juventus on the counterattack. Walker tries to make a steal. Can't get it away. Their midfield just is so tight with their passing. They're very hard to dispossess, but there's Garbett with a nice steal. Walker. I think Walker has reached his level, man. He's just... This happens to Walker against the top of the English Premier League, too, as he gets in there and he's overmatched. You know, he is an international player for Scotland, but he's just overmatched at the highest levels. That's why we brought in a replacement for him in Molina. But still, we could use improvement on the attack. Here's the counterattack. Can Cody get to the ball? No, he cannot. Can't start the counterattack. Let's get the steal here, boys. There's Walker again, missing an opportunity. They've really controlled this first half. I mean, I guess it's to be expected, but it's still disappointing. We should try to put more crosses. We should try to keep possession. All right, so we're going to pause it here. Counterattack's not necessarily working. I don't know about control, if we should go that far, but let's try standard. Let's go up by small increments here. Go from counterattack to standard, because you know they're keeping two guys way back, and their fullbacks are also staying pretty far back, except for this guy who's crossing it in. Danny Bath, what are you doing? So yeah, maybe you can analyze the team, see what we need, see where we're lacking. It looks like defense is where we're lacking. Maybe we're lacking everywhere, and I'm just fooling myself. Ugh. Dybala, there's the dude we're trying to buy right there. It's probably why they don't want to sell him, because he's their #1 striker. But that was very easy. Mignolet, you know, he made a dive, I guess. Right direction, just sort of not quick enough. So yeah, here we go. Here's a highlight. Garbett with another corner, sends it in. Nobody aggressively goes after the ball. Bonucci's chasing it down. Let's see. Smith, what are you going to do with it? Send it all the way back to the goalkeeper. 42 minutes down. See if we can make a change here. See if we can get one before half. That would be outstanding. Here's Cody. Brings it forward to Shik. Our new man, Diamantakos, was open briefly. We had several guys going forward. Nobody got the ball to him. McCarthy to Cody. Oh, there's a nice back pass to Shik. Shik sends it in. Not the greatest shot in the world, but it was a nice back pass from Cody. Got the ball forward. We at least got an attack, and here's Walker now. The kick. Who's that big redhead in the background? I think that was Danny Bath. Couldn't win that header. Bonucci to Conti. Danny Bath sitting at a 6.2 rating. That is no good. McGinn with a 6.3 rating. So we've had some poor performances there in the first half. A couple of yellow cards. Not looking good. Let's be calm here. This might only be a friendly, but I still expect better than you. Danny Bath is looking furious and resolute, so hopefully he can bounce back. That is one thing. We do have a pretty resolute team that's not going to fold under pressure. And we don't want to change that dynamic by bringing in some free agents who don't know how to play that way. So, you know, not only do we have to bring in very talented players, but we need to bring in players who are going to fit with our system and our culture. So that's going to be a difficult ask. Here's Garbett to Diamantakos. He's got men open. Walker just delayed, man. That should have been a shot right off the bat. He let the defense close in on him. McGinn here now in the corner. Bath gets a head on it. Not Butt. Bath gets a header on it, but nobody's there to receive it, and it's out of touch. So here we go. We're getting some more highlights here in the second half. Juventus, maybe they've gone into a little bit of shell. Diamantakos, that's a goal. Shik sort of finishes it off. Holy cow. That took a lot of effort to get in, but it got in there. Let's see. Garbett to Diamantakos. He gets the pass off to Smith, who one-touches it. Ball just sitting there on the line, and I guess they give Shik credit for it. Looked like it could have been an own goal from Cancelo. But there we go. All right. We don't need any changes. We're perfect. I mean, if we can beat Juventus or tie Juventus, we can beat anybody, right? Right. One goal changes everything. Changes the fortunes of the universe. 60 minutes now. This game might just sort of grind on. Here's a highlight for Juventus. It's like Asamoah. I don't know if he's a new sub or if we just haven't seen that guy play. I think he's a new sub out there on the left wing. This is preseason. I keep forgetting. So we can sub in anybody we want. Here's Shik now to McGinn. McGinn gets it up to Cody. Cody forward looking for Diamantakos. McCarthy, though, uses his backstop position, gets it back to Cody. Cody looking forward to Smith on the wing. Smith gathers it in, sends it to Diamantakos with the header. Boom. Goal. Listen to that crowd, boys. Listen to that crowd. Molyneux going wild. Smith gathers it in, an excellent cross. Diamantakos, look at him create space for himself. Beautiful, artistic header into the back of the net. We're beating Juventus, boys. It's just preseason, but this is the preseason spectacular. So this is what we got to deal with. Cody wins the header in the box there. Isco tracks it down for Juventus, sends it in. Oh, nice stop by Mignolet. I thought that for sure that was going to be a goal. Juventus definitely looks rusty on the offensive end. They got guys who really aren't finishing very strongly. McCarthy, nice header. And we got a lot of yellow cards. We should probably swap out some of these yellow cards. But do I want to do that and sacrifice possibly winning the game? I don't know. Okay, we can get rid of Bath. He's still, you know, not playing well. We've been trying an experiment here. We moved Dennis Zakaria down to central defense. He had been our reserve defensive midfielder. Or, I don't really want to sub out McCarthy. He's playing too well. So what we'll do is we will bring out Danny Bath for Zakaria. That's not going to be much of a drop off there. And we're going to bring in Molina for Walker. That should be an improvement. There, Molina, he's tired from the last game, 88%, but at this point in the game, he's more fit than Walker, so that's pretty good. And then, yeah, that's it. We'll leave the yellow cards in there just because they're playing so well. There we go. We're going to sub out our captain, Danny Bath, who is not playing well. Hopefully that doesn't hurt the fighting spirit of the team. Garbutt's a little bit tired there at the left back position. That's okay. Here's Asamoah on the wing, sends it in to Munir. Kedra sends it in. Who's that? Garbutt on the back line. McGinn wins it forward to Diamantacos. There's Molina. He's got Molina streaking. He's not going to pass it to him, though. He's going to settle it down a little bit. Settle it down. There he goes. Gets it to McGinn. McGinn forward to Garbutt on the outside. He's got options. Sends it in. Ederson gathers that in rather dramatically. I don't think he needed to die for that, but, whatever. Whatever floats your boat there, buddy. All right, the highlight continues. Luna Diale. Not familiar with this guy. It's a cool name, though. It's like, ooh, there's a goal. Dybala, of course. Of course. He was going to score some goals on us just because we were trying to buy this guy. So he's going to want to impress us. There's Luna. Sending it in the Sailor Moon. Sends it into Dybala for... he was double covered. There's not much better defense you can do against that. All right, so now that it's tied up, I don't really want to bring in Scott Tanser, if I'm honest with you. He's all right, I guess. Garbutt's playing well, but he is tired. We don't want to tire him out and kill him. We're going to bring in the youngsters now. We're going to bring in Blake for McCarthy. We've shown we can play with these guys, so now it's time to get the youngsters a little bit of experience. Bring in Corey Whalen, a young 22-year-old Irishman, a guy we've been meaning to get in the games for quite a while. He's a very positive dude. He's probably not going to be a superstar at any level, but he's got some interesting abilities, and he can get somewhat better, so hopefully he'll improve. And then Keith Blake is one of our academy players who we've had around for a long time. Since we've been looking at this guy since he was 15 years old, and just watch him get better and better game after game, season after season. And now it's time for him to start getting some time with the first team and see what he can do. So let's get him in there. It would be nice if we could have got a return penalty kick there, but I guess not. Oh, Dybala beats our defense on the back line. Oh, but he just scuffs it. Mignolet intimidates him. All that Belgian flair that he's got. He just runs out and gets big. Here's McGinn now on the corner kick. Zakaria wins the ball to Shik. There's Javi Molina with the shot. He gives us a different dimension at that advanced playmaker role. He can score like a striker, but he's got a lot of flair and a lot of good decision-making with the ball. So there's McGinn. Oh, look at that. Shik, our new man, our new striker. Wow. Just skies for the ball. It's an excellent kick by McGinn here. Excellent on the corner. Shik over two defenders right in the top corner. Top shelf. Nice. Nice. So there we go. That move has already paid off. 3-2 over Juventus. Blake The youngster wins the ball, sends it upfield to Shik. That's what he's good at. He's good at the outlet pass. He's got that flair. He's got that ability to make the pass. He gets it to Molina, to McGinn. McGinn looking forward. We had a man off sides there. The ball didn't get to him, I guess, so they're not going to call it. All right, here we go. 88 minutes down. Cancelo gets it up to Luna. Let's close down on this guy. He's already got 1 assist. Nice stop. Nice stop. That's Tanser out there on the left wing. The guy we kind of said we didn't want to put in there, but you know what? That's the thing when you're dealing with young players. You just got to put them in there and see what they can do. See if they're gamers. See if they can play. There's Mignolet with the stop. So we're looking pretty good here. Whalen, our young fullback, throws it in. Sort of a risky pass there to Shik. Not happy with that. Starts the counterattack, but Blake is there. He heads it down to nobody, and he's a little bit out of position. Let's get forward. Oof, they're beating our youngsters here. Here's Isco, sends it up. Mignolet, what a stop. One-handed, just swats it out of the air. Here we are in the corner kick. Isco sends it towards goal. Mignolet gathers it in. Safely in his arms. Boots it downfield. See if Shik can win it all by himself. He can, with a little bit of help from Cody, but then he's tripped up. Come on, no card for that? That was a big-time cartwheel there. All right, here's the free kick. Here's the free kick. Molina just drops it to Blake. Blake sort of gets it to McGinn, who sort of gets it to nobody. And here they are on the counterattack. Luna Diale again. Coming down that left side. 2 men try to tackle him. Oh, Tanzer just destroys him. Can't get the ball to Molina, though. And the attack continues. Morier to Isco. Right now we're vulnerable at the fullback positions, but that was a nice play. Molina gets crunched by Kedra. There's a yellow card for sure. Get out of here. That was one of those, what do they call those, professional fouls? Like, we were about to start the counterattack, and he knew it. So he's like, let's put the kibosh on that. There's Tanser. Gets it to Molina. See if Molina can make one last play. We got about 10 seconds remaining. Cody to Shik. Shik to McGinn. McGinn, can he get it out wide? Can he do anything with it? No, he cannot. He can get it stolen. There we go. 3-2 victory over Juventus. So maybe we don't need all these $50 million players. Maybe, I've been building this team from the ground up and it's starting to pay off. But no, I still think that if we're going to compete with the Manchesters of the world, we're going to need at least 1 or 2 big-time players. So we're going to look forward to that in the future. But for now, that was an outstanding victory over one of the best teams in the world. And it's not like they played a lot of their scrubs against us. I mean, they played a lot of their best players, including the dude that we were trying to buy from them for like $50 million. So, Juventus match report. Yeah, we're scouting this guy. He had a very good match against us. 8.6 rating, 2 goals, 2 shots on target. So we're now 100% knowledge on this guy. 12 pros, 5 cons. No intention of joining our club on a permanent basis. So that probably means we shouldn't be going after this guy at all, right? No interest on loan. Need to learn the language. So he doesn't want to come here. So we should probably forget about this. But here's something I was looking at. Marketability. This player could generate an extra $3.3 million per year in marketing revenue for the club. That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before on any player. So I assume there are other players like this, but fairly adaptable when it comes to living in other countries, enjoys big matches. I mean, this guy is he's what we're looking for. We're looking for this kind of player. Can we get this kind of guy in? If so, if you know a guy who, it doesn't have to be a striker. It can be pretty much any position up and down the board. Defense, we're definitely looking for defenders, central defenders, fullbacks, any of that kind of stuff. If you know a guy like that who would be amenable to going to the Wolves, is that a real word? I think it's a real word. Amenable to going to the Wolves. Let me know. You can either put it in the comments or you can send it to me at zebu_nation on Twitter. And yeah, we can figure it out from there. So, what do we got coming up next? The schedule, we're going to play a bunch of friendlies. Not going to show those because that's, we're going on a tour of France here and playing against a bunch of lower division French teams. So that's not going to be very exciting. So we'll come back for our opener in the Premier League versus Sheffield Wednesday. Are they new to the Premier League? Did they just get promoted? Yeah, they just got promoted. So they're one of those teams that are in the relegation fight. So hopefully we can smash these guys and move on to a successful third campaign in the Premier League. So until then, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.